Hi guys, it's Sarah Nissen from sarahnissen.com, and I am sitting outside with my crazy hair on the porch deck thing at my house. I just had to get outside, and I titled this "How to Deal with a Grumpy Kid" or something like that, because so I was home all day with my son, and he's 10. We homeschool. So throughout the day we don't have a very set schedule, because most of the time we have to go with what he is willing to do. If we push, he just pushes back and nothing gets done. So we have a schedule, written schedule, where we write out with a dry erase marker on a laminated piece of paper, so it's plastic covered, what we're going to do for the day. And it is about I don't know what time it is, 5:30. You probably can tell by looking at the thing, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, and he just finished up his math. He does an online curriculum called Dreambox that he loves. And then I wanted to take a little break. I need to just get away sometimes. So I was going to go up to my room. I was actually laying down. And oftentimes I find that he wants my attention as soon as I sit down or lay down, kind of like a little kid, you know, when he was younger, like when he was 3, but it hasn't changed. It's 7 years later. So I was upstairs. He said, come help me find the baby lizard. There's a baby lizard that crawls around in our yard and sometimes comes out, and he wants to catch it. So I'm like, okay, I'll come down, because, you know, how can you say no to catching a baby lizard? Those are the magic moments of childhood, right? So come down. We didn't catch the baby lizard, but then I find myself stuck down here because he's like, I'm hungry, all of a sudden. And I'm like, are you really hungry? So turns out he said he wasn't really hungry. He just uses it kind of to keep me downstairs, basically, when I try to go do some work. So I told him, so that's the gist of what happened. Was he's like, I'm just really grumpy. Tried to get him to do some writing work, some vocabulary workbook. We have this cool workbook that I got that's for vocabulary for gifted kids. I found it at Barnes & Noble, and I'll share the link for it down below. It's pretty cool. It has just neat challenges and things that aren't too monotonous and boring for him, so he actually enjoys it. That's one of the things he likes, is word games. So he was doing it, but it became hard. He had to come up with something that he's not really great at, is ideation, or coming up with just out of the blue, coming up with something, and writing. The two things, actually handwriting, those two things are difficult for him. So asking him to just, it was like a simple thing, like what was it? It said, come up with the first line of a novel about a mermaid. And that immediately puts him in a bad mood, and he's like, okay, no. And then he's like, I'm hungry. And I can't tell if he's actually hungry, or if something he ate yesterday is triggering his behavior, or the energy of the house. We just got some health news about one of our parents, and he doesn't know about it, but he's very sensitive to the energy. So anyway, how I deal with him, or with myself, when I get triggered by his behavior, because that's what's actually happening, is I get triggered by his grumpy behavior, and I'm like, I don't even want to cook for you. Like, you say you're hungry, but I said I'll reheat the chicken nuggets from yesterday. I don't want those. And I'm tired. Like, I don't want to cook dinner every day. So I wanted to reheat some nice chicken nuggets. I don't want those. I hate those. All I want is chocolate. So you know what I did? I gave him some chocolate, and I said, go watch a show. Because we've got to take care of ourselves as parents as well as our kids. And what harm is it going to do giving him 5 grams of chocolate chips and having him watch a TV show, so we both can relax and get a little bit of downtime when he's feeling grumpy and I'm feeling triggered by his behavior? It's not going to do any harm at all. In fact, it's probably helpful. So that is my answer to how to deal with a grumpy kid. Give them chocolate and let them watch TV. In all seriousness though, I mean, what it is flexibility, right? It's like we can get stuck in our thing, like, no, you can't have chocolate before dinner, you have to eat your chicken nuggets, you brat. But what good is that gonna do? You know, not much good. So giving him a little downtime, knowing what I need a little break just to relax. And I step outside. I did a little bit of a quick Qigong routine. I don't even know if you can see it, but basically you put your hand, just put your hand like above your, it's kind of sunny, put your hand above your head and bring it down to your other hand, which is cupped. Okay, down like this. I'm holding my phone. So your one hand's like this, your other hand comes down, and then you bring that one up. Take a breath, and then breathe out while you're pushing the other hand down. And that one just really centers me and grounds me in the midst of, you know, when I'm triggered by his behavior, by his grumpiness. And yeah, and so I gave him some chocolate, and now I'm gonna figure out, after sitting out here and talking to you guys, what to do next. He needs to eat and I need to get some work done, but I needed to take a break to ground myself and center myself, because you know, he's having a hard time for whatever reason and I'm triggered by it, or I was. I'm feeling a lot better actually, so I think it's working. So I'll figure out some other dinner for him that maybe he will eat. Meal times are always challenging, and I try to keep him eating super healthy Weston A. Price food and all that stuff. And for the most part I do, but sometimes he gets chocolate before dinner. And usually he gets chocolate chips for dessert. We use the, what are they called? I don't even remember what they're called. But they're allergy-free chocolate chips. They don't have milk or soy or anything in them. You know, and we're not perfect. So usually he gets those for dessert. That'll be his dessert before dinner. And he knows that, so, you know, whatever. And I think that's the big takeaway is, you know, deal with a grumpy kid by taking care of yourself. And if you need to get them watching TV and eating chocolate in order to do that, then do it for a little while. Not in excess, not every day, but once in a while. Alright, being blinded by the sun now, it just came out. And you know what else I was doing? I was actually looking at my grass, because we have, not that kind of grass. We have some grass here that it was dirt, and I had the idea, we rent this house, but I had this idea to have the landlord just plant some grass seeds. And so they had the gardener come out and plant some grass seeds, and it's been growing. And it's just amazing to watch it. It was dirt like this, had little sprouts in it, and now it's grass. And I don't know, I just found that nice to just sort of sit here, imagine the green grass growing, and it's really soft because it's new. Imagining the oxygen that's being created by it. And just peacefully sit here. I mean, it's only been 10 minutes. And listening to a hummingbird chirp, you know, being present in the moment, get out of that pattern of being argumentative and rigid with him. And, you know, especially with him, I want to encourage him to be flexible. And, you know, I've got to be flexible in order to be a role model for that. Because autistic people can be pretty rigid, you know, black and white thinking. And I need to be a role model to show him flexibility. So yes, you can have chocolate and watch TV. And he actually does earn points to watch TV or do screen time. So it's not outside of his planned part of his day anyway. He has, you know, his choice of time along with the homeschool that he gets to do. And so that's it. I am leaving you for the evening. I hope this helped. Just take care of yourself. Parenting is hard, and we're all in this together, so I hope this helps somebody. Peace, love, health to everybody, Have a great, I'll probably be back tomorrow, but have a great Friday evening if it's Friday evening where you are. Bye!